So let's get into it. Here's my final build. This riser has 2 steps. I have 2 rows of 3 Valencia Tuscany seats, one on top of the riser, one in the front. The entire surface of the riser, top and sides and floor, is going to be carpeted. I have the vent base traps in front of the riser, those large cutouts I'll put vent covers over. I have a power wire for the chairs on the left side in the front of the riser and on the right. I also have an HDMI cable coming out of the front of the riser. That's in case I want to sit in a chair and use a laptop to project onto the screen. Back of the riser also has signal cables for 2 subs, rear subs, a dedicated 20 amp line for the rear subs, and also low voltage wire for LED strips in the back, as well as power for the back chairs. This is how I framed everything. I just literally put stringers on the side walls. It was the easiest way to build it. And PT on the floor with knee or side walls, a wall in the front, small wall in the front to support the 2x6 joists, and same on the left. So I literally just put floor joists 2x6 going across from the wall to the knee wall on the left side there. It was the easiest way to do it, and we have a step up to the rear behind the chair. And you've got a little knee wall in the middle of the floor joist that goes across the middle that you don't get any reflections, no bounce in the middle. It was the easiest way to really get something very secure with that span. It's only an 8-foot span on the 2x6, but that middle little wall underneath the 2x6 really made it all very secure. So I put zip tape on the bottom of all wood touching wood. I didn't want any noise. I didn't want any creaks. The top 2 layers of OSB plywood were going to be glued down, but this first layer that goes onto the joist, I didn't want wood on wood. So I literally just put zip tape. It's an outdoor water membrane for windows on top of all the joists, and then my OSB plywood went over all of that. Screwed down every 6 inches. In the rear of the riser, I have signal cables for the sub, power for the chairs, another HDMI, and a low voltage wire for strip lights if I want to put them in the back of the room or under a table if I build it in future. Insulated everything with some pink insulation. I had some leftover stuff laying around the house that I used, rock wool. I just threw it in there, but I just insulated it so it doesn't sound like a big drum. Plus, I'm also doing the base traps on the rear of the riser. So we're 2 steps up there, and it was the easiest way to design it. As long as all my cables come out in the back of the riser, which they do right there. I have power dedicated line for the rear subs, power for the rear chairs, and some signal cables for some lighting control in the future. That's your finished product. And I get no creaks and rattles. I mean, it's overbuilt, yes, but you know, the top 2 layers are screwed, and that's my finished product right there.